that was embarrassing. I thought I was muted. You just heard me taking a few bites of my dinner. That was awesome. All right. So I'm going to be between oops. I'm going to be between muting and unmuting a little bit here. Simply on account of the fact that yes, I do still have to eat a little bit of dinner. I got a fairly late um, got home a little bit later than I had anticipated. Had a few things to do, more than I anticipated, but it is what it is. So if you hear me mute for like if I'm muted for a minute, it's because I took a bite of dinner and nobody needs to hear that. What's up, everybody? Mariano, happy belated birthday. Master of My Universe, CMM, Candidio, Naxpix, John Carlo, Patrick, Ryan, Killer Arcade Games. All right, I hope you're still around, man. Nice to see you. Nice to see you here. Hopefully, you're able to join us back. That would be cool. Gonna be going over a few things tonight, um, and I will show you guys a few things. And I know one of the things I mentioned in the UMK3, or I'm sorry, in the Mortal Kombat Plus Discord, I had mentioned something about demonstrating damage protection and how that works a little bit. So I think we'll do that. We'll do that probably first. So, hey, Killer Arcade Games, you're here. What's up, Arturo? Oh, are you talking about Killer? You're talking about the debugger, Killer Arcade Games, or the? Excuse me. There's also the TMS assembler, which we use. Could be any of those. Striker. So we got a few things to do tonight, and I'm happy to say I figured something out that's been a bit of a mystery to us for a while. Uh, and then well, I'll show you guys that here in a bit. All right, so Killer Arcade Games. This is a this TMS assembler app. Basically, it's assembly code that translates over into bytecode that we're able to put into the um, that we're able to put into this code, right? The hex code, and that's what gets that's what the game runs off of. So I don't know, maybe a year ago or so, I put together a little tutorial on like making a quick little like text edit hack, and several like three different ways that you could do it. The the best one involved like there's you can do it like right in the debugger. You can do it right in the or you can do it in the debugger. You can do it just using the hex editor, or you can use it. You can do it using the TMS assembler going into the hex editor. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot to do. What's up, Buzzda? So, all right. Give me like 2 shakes. I'm going to try to wolf down the rest of this sandwich. I will put myself on mute this time because nobody wants to hear that. This sandwich does have a shelf life. It's a tuna sandwich, so at least I'm going to spare you the tuna breath with this voice for radio. Or I'm sorry, this voice for text messaging. Man, I screwed it up. I can't believe it. All right, hang on. And we're back. Whew, alright. Oh man, that chunk light tuna in spring water. It's about the best tuna you can get. It's good for you. It's got a crap ton of protein, very little fat. Of course, I litter it up with some some mayonnaise and a little bit of relish. So it's not like 100% perfect healthy, but it's good stuff. Washed it down with a big old glass of milk, because that's how I do. All right. So let's get into this. Sorry about that. Sorry about the delay, guys. So the first thing we're going to look at tonight, what's up, Chardonnay, is we're going to look at how damage scaling works. Okay? The damage scaling, you're either going to get damage protection or double damage protection. Okay? That part is fairly self-explanatory. I will show you how these are triggered. So let's do this. Let's go. I'm going to set, and I'm going to show you what moves cause damage protection, just kind of on a high level. Excuse me. Okay.
Round one. Fight.
All right. Here we go. All right. So damage protection is always going to be, it's always going to come in on a grounded jump kick. So if you jump kick your opponent when they're on the ground, it's going to trigger damage protection. So everything you do after the jump kick, like if you land like a standing high kick or a sweep or something like that, subsequent attacks in the same combo will do half the damage. Okay? Now, if you... Alright, let me try to demonstrate that a little bit better. Let me demonstrate that just a little bit better. Alright, and we'll also get us some free time. Alright, and then we'll save this again. Let's do this. There we go. Okay. Alright, so... And then I'm also going to stop the breakpoint from happening, so I can show you. So the jump kick is always going to do the same amount of damage. Okay, it's just so we're gonna do a jump kick into a low kick. Okay, so that does 21% damage. Okay, but let's take a not grounded opponent. So we take a not grounded opponent. Okay. And it does 28% damage. So what I'll do now is I will re-trigger the breakpoint. Okay, so the breakpoint is going to hit. Okay, but now if he's in the air... Alright. So the standing low kick does... I don't know how much damage does that do. 1, 2, 4. So he's at A6 health right now. That drops him down to 91. Do I have my calculator? Nope. So we go A6 minus 91. That ain't right. Sorry. A6 minus 91. So that's 21. Okay, so it does 21 in decimal of damage. Okay, A6 is 166. So if we go to our standard calculator, and we do 21 over 166, basically 13%, right? So that makes the math add up, right? So if we just do a grounded, if we do a jump kick on the ground into low kick, it does 21% damage. There it does 28. So the second low kick, or the low kick either does about 7% or about 13. So let me show you the other thing. Okay, this is quite, I can actually show you now if there was no damage protection. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna tell it we're just gonna call the routine, and then this 0960 is the return code. So none of that code is gonna apply. So actually, let's do this. We'll do Human Smoke's bread and butter. This should be 59. All right, it does 59. That is because, like I said before, certain moves trigger damage protection. The pop-up portion, like the second hit of that combo, causes damage protection. And I think it's on hit. It doesn't matter what hit in the combo it is. Let's see if I can make Scorpion. Yep, it still triggers it. And then I don't know if it triggers it if they're in the air on a teleport. It does. So the teleport punch triggers damage protection as well. Now it's not going to keep compiling on top of itself. Like you're not going to damage protection on top of damage protection, etc. It's not going to do that. So now let's do that bread and butter combo without the routine running. It's going to jump to here, but it's going to immediately return to where it was. So we're not going to get the scaling effect. We go from 59% to 100.
Wins. Flawless victory. Round 2. Fight.
I don't know if you saw that.
Finish him. Smoke wins. Flawless victory. Brutality.
So that is why we have damage scaling. But 2, that's why it works. Or that's how it works. It's basically cutting once damage protection is triggered, all the subsequent attacks in the combo, as long as the combo count is going up, those attacks will do half damage. Which is why, so like say for instance, you want to capitalize on a combo or something. Like you'll see this Punisher done a lot. Okay, that's 69%. That's with damage protection and everything. So you kind of have to like play your cards right, because you can do a lot of damage without triggering damage protection, which is why Ermac is so dirty. Oops. Like I'll bring up Ermac in a second. I mean, that's 71%. Because damage protection, okay, right? Because if you do this right here, damage protection is triggered now. 69. But here you don't hit damage protection until the pop-up. Oops. If I could do it again. If I could reproduce it. Ah! Now you're under damage protection. That pop-up hit is what causes the damage protection. The teleport, you're right. In this case, Patrick, you're right. The teleport is what causes damage protect. Yeah. So here, this one, damage protection is triggered after the teleport. But here, damage protection isn't triggered until the opponent's popped up on like that 3-hit pop-up combo. Here. Now damage protection. That's why you get a few extra percent on it, even though you don't do a jump kick and you don't do a teleport. Stuff like that. So, let me bring up Ermac and show you just how filthy this is. Okay, remember, and what this is doing a, and I'm going to do it on Jax because it's easier to get hits on him. Keep in mind, this is how bad this is, how crazy it is. We're not going to trigger damage protection. That's how we're going to get so much damage out of basically nothing but high punches, for the most part. I did it wrong. Hang on. Oops. Sorry. Almost done with the damage protection stuff. Ermac, you can get 100. And I'll actually, you know what? I'll demonstrate it. You can get, I've got 90 something going into the corner with smoke. Let's see. All right. So let's go right here. Ah, you dummy. That's 80. That's actually more like 94% damage. And that combo actually, Patrick, will hit Jax, Striker, the male ninjas, classic sub or unmasked sub, and probably Cabal. So let's go back to Human Smoke. Human Smoke is, now mind you, this is like a pretty stupid setup, like just jumping up in the air and letting it happen. But keep in mind, this is something that you can capitalize on based on where you are on the screen, combined with if like there's a teleport happy opponent, and because like if they teleport into you, this is what they do, right? They're just wide open to be punished. So let's try this. Oops. So you gotta get to that second pillar. I'll get there. It takes me a second to get her warmed up. Move him over just a little bit. $90 on that. And if you really got him too close. Dang on it. See here, I could just go back to here. dig under him a little bit here. Oops. Ah. So yeah, you can get, yeah, if you hit it right, like the robots, you can hit them. You can get a jump kick, air throw, or jump kick, roundhouse, jump kick, air throw. Actually, let me show you a robot. And then after this, we'll get into the next good stuff. So let's beat up on Cyrax, because he's fun. But yeah, you're able to get just ridiculous damage on the robots. Like this right here. Okay.
Fight.
All right. Ah. There you go. 12 for 99. All right, cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, Killer Arcade Games. I appreciate you. All right.
Wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
All right. So that's good. All right. So I think we checked the boxes on how damage scaling works. So yeah, basically one bread and butter pop-up combo. Yeah, Killer Arcade Games actually he's featured MK2 Plus and UMK3 Plus like in a couple of videos and on some streams, so that's pretty cool. Appreciate him doing that. Yeah, Patrick, there is double damage protection that does drop subsequent attacks down to 25% of their original damage. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think Rain's Roundhouse triggers double damage protection. Let me look at that real quick. I'm fairly certain that that is the case. FF9A, FF80. Okay. And the reason that it scales, that I decided to do double damage protection for Rain, is because with, an intermediate skill amount of timing, you can, yeah. So double damage protection is set here. Yeah, that is the case. So anything you do after the roundhouse in the auto combo does a quarter of the amount of damage. Let's undo that. And the reason being is because it's wide open for combos. So like, so after any number after 10, it just does the normal roundhouse reaction. But you see, he can still get 40+%.
Flawless victory.
Some of them, Patrick, are. So basically, the way it works is almost every auto combo is going to have damage protection put in at some point. Usually, it's the third or fourth hit in a combo. All standing jump kicks, or all jump kicks on standing characters, trigger damage protection. The teleport punches, those trigger damage protection. Um, and then, yeah, certain moves, whether they are in the air or not, like Cabal's spin. Uh, if you hit them with a jump, like if you hit somebody with a jump kick with Cabal, and then you do his dash when they're in midair, it triggers damage protection. But when they fall down, damage protection is no longer there. So if you can wait it out here, let me actually, let me show you. Let me show you how this works, because this is an interesting circumstance. So I'm gonna do a jump kick, do a jump kick into a spin, into this is just I'm doing it simply, into a anti-air high punch into a jump kick. So, all right, if I could do it. Okay, so that did 27. Now watch this. That did 38. And that's only because they come out of the web, or the dash, or whatever you want to call it. But there's something else that, if you're not careful, this will happen. I gotta try to time it right. So let's see. Let me remap the button here, because there's a little caveat to this. Let's do player 2 block. Oops. Excuse me. There we go. Okay, so. Nope, gotta time it a little better. If you try to get him out of the web, you leave yourself open, because you can get thrown out of that. They have to be falling down. But yes, you can get thrown out of that. You can teleport out of it also. Oh man, I need to get something to drink. Ugh. Alright, let's try that. That should be fine. Yeah, you kind of have to file that under, you kind of have to file that under bugs that are not bugs. You can, like I said, you can teleport out of it. If you have a fireball, you can fireball out of it. If you have an aerial move, you can fireball out of it. You can aerial move out of it. It can't be just a standard attack, though. It has to be a special. Yeah. It has to be a special in order for it to work. Oh. heard something. Something did something. Oh, cool. Thanks, Leglock. I appreciate you. uh, so that like you run the risk of, you know, bringing them out of damage protection to do more damage, but also you risk being attacked yourself. So there is that. All right, I gotta go get something to drink, guys. I'm sorry. My throat. I must have swallowed, as I heard growing up, I must have swallowed something sideways. Went down the wrong pipe. 2 seconds. All right, my fault on that. Sorry. That's actually something that I didn't I didn't know it through hacking the game. I found it in a YouTube video somewhere. Like, here's another kind of interesting thing. If you freeze somebody with Sub-Zero when they're way up in the air, this is the crazy thing, right? Because you got to get, like, there's some timing involved.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see. No. There we go. There we go. So watch this as they're falling down. So they're unfrozen, but the freeze effect is still on them as they're coming down, which is a total departure from, right? But yeah, lots of little nuances in this game.
Well done.
And I can't say whether it's poor coding or rushed production or anything like that. It's just, it is how the game is. You could file it under, like, bugs that are not bugs. Like player one sector being able to have a smart missile and a regular missile out at the same time. Yeah, clone triggers it too. Yeah. Yeah, so, but player 2 can't have a regular missile and a smart missile out at the same time. Hey, what's up, Omar? So, you could make the argument that he should not, that neither player should be able to have them out at the same time, Like neither player 1 nor player 2 sector should be able to throw a regular missile when he's got a homing missile out there, but sector sucks. So like it benefits him to have the ability. It benefits him to have the ability. It really doesn't help him anyway, but you know, it is what it is. Hey, what's up, Shock? Nice to see you. Alright, so this is in good shape. I'm comfortable where this is. So, we're going to halt that for a second. And we're going to rip into some 1.2. We're going to go back in time. 3 years, however long it was. It's not what I wanted. We want the ROMs directory. So we are going to get up on some UMK3. Going to get up on some 1.2. Because I have made some fixes. Now this is raw 100% 1.2. Now if you pay attention up here, L 2.0 Mortal Kombat 3 U2 Ultimate U2 checksums expected found. What's up, Conqueror? So, this is 1.2 with a different U2 chip, essentially. Some modifications made. Actually, let me pop the volume up here.
Excellent.
And I'm going to pop the volume up on the stream for you guys as well, because we need to be able to. You guys need to be able to hear it. Let me know if it's too loud. Now you guys know that I made some updates. I made some updates here
Fight.
for round winner fixes to made some to adjust the announcer voice, because if you remember, Katana, Reptile, Scorpion, and Jade had the MK2 announcer's voice when he announced the winner. Okay, so this is just 1.2 with a different sound chip. So I want you to listen.
Scorpion wins. Round
Okay.
two. Fight.
Now here's Katana, and I want you to hear what happens when the wind sound comes up. Right here. Listen for it.
Kitana wins. Flawless victory.
Did you hear it?
Round three. Fight.
I trust you heard it with the flawless victory. But this is done on the sound side. No, the low tone. I'm going to demonstrate it a little bit better here. All right, we're going to pop up some MK2. We're really going back to the well for this one. Same deal. Let's crank it a little bit. So listen for when Baraka beats
Fight.
when the low tone comes in.
Baraka wins.
Right there.
Round two.
So it doesn't come in like right when he's announced. It waits a second, right? It's somewhere out here, right? All right, so we're just gonna make a little update here so I can demonstrate it for you. Okay, now listen to it now.
Finish it. Kitana wins. Flawless victory.
So there you go. That sounds a lot better, I think. So, what's going to happen now, right? So, I already showed you guys, like, the low tone has been imported from the MK3 chips to the U2 for UMK3. So that's back. The fun part now is we're going to start the work here in a second. I want to tidy this script up a little bit, I think. And then we'll go from there. But first things first, let me throw... This is the one I was working on. I was pre-gaming this. I was pre-gaming the ROMs. So like, see here, I got the Ultimate U2 here. Pop it into UMK3P. Of course, we'll make sure this still comes in good and right. Whatnot. Oh my gosh, if I knew how to work a computer mouse, I'd be golden shit.
Here we go. You will never win. Smoke, Scorpion.
Of course, with fixed silent combat,
Fight.
it makes it even more obvious. Help if I...
Excellent.
There we go. So there are going to be a few times where I issue a headphone warning throughout the
You
stream.
will never win. Smoke, Scorpion.
So just beware. I'm going to try to mute it
Round one.
before,
Fight.
so I can hear it on my end first.
Well done.
Alright, so now you can really hear the low tone, right?
Smoke wins. Flawless victory.
Now the thing is, you heard it right when
Round two.
he won
Fight.
the round. I have to make corrections now. Because here, if you listen, it's going to wait, because there's a jump out.
Scorpion wins.
Right here.
Flawless victory. Round 3. Fight.
So, we kind of have to fix that. Also have to see where I jump out for this at the beginning. Oh, 339 E0. Okay. Okay, so we go to FFE1 9A80. And this is going to be kind of a cumbersome process here because I did this back when I really wasn't that good. I did this when I really wasn't good. No, I'm gonna adjust it um, so it happens, 40 hexes after the text shows up. More 40 hex frames after the text shows up. I don't want to get super super duper exact with it. There's really no reason to. The Raiden screen music is we will see if it's possible. We're working towards something. So, all right, I want to. All
Finish him.
right. Okay, I missed that on purpose. So there's a there's a lot going on here. That's really all I can say about it. There is a lot going on here. Almost to where I feel like this script needs to be completely rewritten. Rain and Noob Saibot right now, John Carlo, are not possible because it's one thing to go from DCS to DCS, um, going from just a WAV file because the DCS audio encoder was completely proprietary to I think Williams. I think Williams was the one were the ones that owned it. It was either it was I think it was Williams because of the pinball because it was in the pinball stuff too. Um, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Maybe someday Forden or somebody will pass it down to us. I'm not holding my breath, but maybe one day we'll crack how DCS works. But let me show you, okay? Let's pop up the U2 chip here, okay? So this is what always interests me. So that there are a few things that we know about the sound chip, and I want to give some props to a guy from I think his name was Exide. He did a little dissertation about this, about how the DCS sound system works. It's much easier. Obviously it's way easier to rip sounds out of DCS. It is nigh on impossible to put sounds into DCS without the encoder because you're basically getting a very compressed sound or a very compressed data, giving you near CD quality audio on you know on 4 chips. I think it's 8 megabits total, or four. It's either 4 megabits or 8 megabits total, which is either half a megabyte or a megabyte. I'll have to check on that. Oh, I guess I could just. So the U2 chip is a meg. So 4 megabytes of sounds for like the entire game, and it's near CD quality audio, which is pretty darn good. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So the where to go? So the MK2 style of winds, right? The Scorpion winds, whatever. The winds portion of that. This piece of data is 1.9 kilobytes. Okay, and it is 90 hex frames long. Okay, the and that is 1934. So 1.9 kilobytes, and it is 90 hex frames long, which, according to our handy dandy calculator, 90 in hex is 144 frames long. Okay, and the flawless victory tone is 12F frames, or 303 frames long. So it's about twice as long. It's about twice as long. And what did we say this was? This was 1.9 kilobytes. This is 2.8. So it's more than twice as long, but it's not twice the size. And the reason is, in this little picture here, you have things like, so there's, in this one particular sound, okay, there's 11 sub-bands used out of 16. The MK2 style winds sound, there's, is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7 sub-bands used. In the Flawless Victory sound, there is 13 sub-bands used. There's a little bit more data that I don't quite understand completely how it works, but I know enough that it allows me to import sounds from DCS to DCS. If that makes sense to you guys. So, regardless, this junk, holy cow, this was a really long script that is probably about 100 lines longer than it needs to be, I think. So what we want to do, so there's a couple of, that's correct, CMM, 100% correct. And I also was able to import the MK2 fight audio, like the fight announcement. I was also able to import that from MK2 because, again, it's DCS to DCS. Now, I don't know if now it's the same version of DCS. Okay, I know there were, I think maybe NHL Open Ice used DCS stereo, so that might be a little bit different. Like, I don't know if you can import sounds from DCS stereo into DCS mono. I don't know if the version changes are enough to throw that off. These are all so MK2 and MK3 and UMK3 use the DCS sound system. Small glimmer of hope, Arturo. Yes, but I could also win the lottery tomorrow, even though I don't play it. There's a chance, right? I could walk out to go get my mail, and a winning ticket blows into my front yard, right? It's possible. But you could also get struck by lightning while being eaten by a shark, and that's just as likely to happen. So, possible? Yes. Likely? No. Not right now. Because, honestly, yes, I'm saying there's a chance. Why couldn't you drop the MK2 sound ROMs into UMK3 and call the files from that? Because there's only so much space on the chips, Shock. That's the problem. That's the big problem. There's only so much space left on the chips. You remember, um, uh, there are there's at least two sound effects I can think of that were axed between MK2 or MK3 and UMK3. Right, the beginning of the beginning of the game with Raiden's like these are the words of Raiden. That that little music bit was axed, as well as the flawless victory tone was axed from the game. I mean, like, there's also a ton of unused sounds on the chip that could probably be removed, but I don't know if there's a point. The other thing is, and it's worth noting, is that the other thing worth noting is that the only sound chip that changed between MK3 and UMK3 is uh, the U2 chip. So U3, U4, and U5 are unchanged, but they're pretty much full. I'll go through that here in just a second. Give me 1 minute. Gotta mute. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, banks could use larger ROM sizes and stuff like that. So let's see. Where's my scratch pad? I think I have it mapped up here at the top or something. Okay, so your DCS sound system stuff. Actually, I don't know that that's mapped on here. I don't think it is. No, it's not. There's there's a little bit of sound stuff, but that's not the actual memory map of the sound because the sound is on its own thing. So yes, I think theoretically you could. There's some additional setup I think that has to be done on the U2 side. Again, I don't completely understand everything about how it works, but it is there. It's like there's a ton of unused space around here. I have to see how much of it is actually addressable. Um, like we go all the way to the top. Like all this code up here is meaningful. Like this is all meaningful code. I don't know what code it is, but like a lot of it, like this is all meaningful code up here. If let's see, let me see if I can find this. Well, I'll do that later. The other part of that is altering one or two chips as opposed to all of them, or create having to create new ones. Um, trying to keep that trying to keep the necessity for new chips down as much as we can. But I mean, if we have to, we have to. You know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But daggone it, where to go? What am I looking for? Oh yeah. I need to get over. There it is. I have a U2 through U5. So this is the entirety. This is the entirety of the UMK3 sound chip. So you can see there's actually relatively not much data left. Like there's 1.1 kilobytes, not enough to put the Flawless Victory low tone on the back end of U5. So I mean, shock. I suppose it could be possible, but like I said, we'll go that route if we have to. That's really all I can say about it at this point. I don't know that we're looking to necessarily add more chips, maybe replace one, but to add four more for whatever reason, I don't know. So, but you see on a lot of these chips, there's not a whole ton of space. So like this is the three. So this is the 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So this is all the space on U5. Why? What? Oh, to save space. Buzzed up. It was there to save space. And truthfully, they kind of did a poor job of it. I think what they were doing was again, you got to remember, 1 megabyte chips in 1995 were not cheap. So my guess is they were looking, and on top of that, they were free upgrade kits for arcade operators. Right, yeah, there's all kinds of sounds that weren't used as well. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm sure at some point those sounds were intended for use, but it didn't happen. So, kind of have to chalk it up to it is what it is. I say that a lot, probably too much. So yeah, here's the last of the space on U4. So there's not a ton of space on the back end of U4. Um, U3 again. There's actually see it. So there. Let's see. So here's U4. So on the back end of U3, there's an okay amount. There's not a ton. Like this looks like a lot of free space, and it is a lot of free space in like revision, like the U54 and U63 chips. But 3.8 kilobytes, 3.8 kilobytes of space, for example, is come on, come on. Is did I do that right? 1,000, 10,000, so 10. Oh, 10 kilobytes. Is that right? That can't be right. Let's see. Let's ask the handy dandy calculator. Yeah, 10 kilobytes. Let's see. All right. So anyway, I kind of let the cat out of the bag. What's up, Gonzalo? Well, it's funny you say that, Conqueror. That it's possible, and the game should just accept it. Um, Paul had to do uh, quite a bit of work in the revision ROMs to get them to recognize the previously unused slots. So it's not just a matter of sticking the ROMs in and telling them to go forth and multiply. Uh, there's a little more to it than that. Well, if Dreamer has put together a revision of UMK3, adding additional graphics ROMs and then making it hardware compatible, I'd like to see it, because I can tell you verifiably, Shock, that it is not as simple as plugging and going. All right. Anyway, where was I going with this? Dang, derailing my train of thought. So here's the thing that I hate about U2, like the U2 chips. There's like this all kinds of green grass, and then like they stick something here, which is sound headers. Or wait a minute, let me make sure I call it the right thing, because I don't want to be that guy. Yeah, so they stick a bunch of sound headers in the middle of basically dead space. You know, more sound headers, dead space, dead space, dead space, dead space. Couple sound headers, dead space, dead space. Sound headers, dead space. You get it, right? And you run into a little bit less dead space, and so on and so forth. All right. So anyway, we're gonna see what we can do here. Let's see. There's a ton of green space. I just forgot to mark it. And see, look at that. They stick some frame headers like right here. And if, the thing is, like, I can consolidate these, right? I can consolidate all these headers. Like this right here. Um, this points to a location. 19 sorry 01949D. It's like we can go to 1949D, and that's going to give us a sound header. And this is the sound header, which is 17 or 18 bytes long, which then will give us, here's our volume, and then here is our reference to our frame header. So if we go 11E19, that turned me into a liar. I did the wrong thing there. Where was I? I picked out the wrong set of data. That's my bad. Blake, let me show you. So like U2. Oh, that's SU. It's this U2. There we go. So like the flawless entry, right, is at 13013000, right? And that points us to this frame header right here, which the frame header here is here. There's our frame header, and there's our data afterwards. The difference, again, Shock, is one chip to modify and replace as opposed to two chips to modify and replace, combined with modifying more code to get more code. I mean, is it possible? Yes. Yes, that is correct. It will work DCS to DCS. So, but yeah, the plan. Golly, if we can just get back to this. You know what? I'll be back. I gotta go put a kid in bed. I'll be right back. Don't derail the stream or anything while I'm gone. All right, I am back. All right. Cyber. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, so I don't even know like what. Let me see if I can bring that up. Give me a second here. Where's my stream stuff at? What? There you are. One moment. Let's go to here. Womp womp. Check out my socials, y'all. Okay. Hit me up on that gram. What's up? Question mark, question mark, question mark, underscore, underscore. Oh, by the way, drop a like if you like this. Subscribe if you haven't, blah, blah, blah. You know, I gotta say that stuff. And plus, you should just subscribe because it's that cool. Alright. Trying to see where the sound chips are because I don't feel like going to my garage. I'm going and getting out my UMK3 board from the storage tote that it's in. Oh, darn it, just let me zoom in. Okay, yeah, I see him over there. There's 4 empty sound chips over there. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, ring that bell. Like the fatality that we have now as an Easter egg. See, I mean, you can see to add in one sound was like quite an undertaking. That's a lot of data. So theoretically, if we can actually hold on a second. Okay. What did I move? I move any? Oh, that's right. I undid that. Okay, that's right. A lot of green space here, boy. It's a lot of space. So that right there is about 18 kilobytes. Hey, Max Arturo. That no, you could not, Patrick. They're addressed differently. So there's yes, there's 17. Let's do this. Let's go. Yeah, we'll just call it that. 18 kilobytes free. All of that. I completely missed the bus. Yeah, it's like the flaw. What the crap? Is that 8.8 kilobytes? It is. So yeah, the flawless is wait a minute. Daggone it. What's up, Seth? Okay, so the flawless low tone. I was wrong. The flawless low tone is 8 kilobytes. Ah, that can't be right either. What the crap? No, that's right. So what is this? Oh, oh. What did I do that for? I have two of them. Oh, I was just testing that. Right on. Okay, that's 2.8 kilobytes of space. But yeah, the flawless low tone is almost 9 kilobytes of space, and it's just a little bit longer than the MK2 wins, which was what like 1.9 kilobytes because of all of it's all of the extra sub bands that are used. What's up, Tony? All right, I feel that. So yeah, like I was saying, uh, I think Shock called it a defrag. Which where'd you go, Shock? Also, Shock, you should play in the MK1 tournament on Saturday. So yeah, there's all this all there's just this crap ton of space available, right? But they mash it all up and make it very difficult. So like for instance, I mean, this right here is that's 5.7 kilobytes of free space. Like, I'm tempted to just start marking all the free space that's on these chips. Actually, screw it. Let's do that. Hold on 1 second. To mute again. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Yes, you were master of my universe. Let's see. All right, so yeah, let's do this. Like, so obviously all this code up here is stuff we can't touch. At some point though, so this is where some frame headers start, I believe, or sound headers. So 200. No, that's not right. No, that's more relevant stuff. Okay, I was able to refer. What is this? I don't think that is used anymore. But let's check it out.
Smoke wins. Flawless victory.
To get to this, we have to go. Okay. Alright. No eardrums were hard. Oh, let me turn it back. Actually, tell you what what I'm gonna do then, Conqueror, is yeah. I'll turn it back down. How's that? Is that better? Okay. All right. So yeah, this data can blast off for all I care. See, like that's not a ton of green space, free space. So so there's a formula that is followed, right? So oh, I saw this. I'm just going to share this real quick. Earthbound, EA Earthbound. I think that is amazing. That is hilarious. That is absolutely perfect. All right. All right. So there's also there's a formula that's followed for the sound stuff, right? So the TMS sound command expands to 4048 plus 3 times the sound. And I'll demonstrate that to you right now. So I have the subway highlighted here, like bookmarked. Okay.
Smoke. Choose your destiny. That was
We're going to call it the master sound routine. Okay, so A3 is 005. Okay, so let's do this math. Okay? So it's going to be basically 5 times 3 plus 4048. 4057. And wouldn't you know, right the heck here is 4057. So if we go to 138B5, we're going to get a sound header. And I already have it all mapped out. And that's exactly what we wanted to see. So it says that's 5. So if we were to change this to 4, if we go A3 equals 4, we're gonna get no music.
round 1. Fight.
Okay. Because these are going to correspond. So if we go back to all right, so let's dang it, hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to be a little bit better about how concise I am with this. right, so A3 equals 5. Okay, so again, that's 4057. So let's see what 6 is. 6 times 3 plus 4048 is 405A. Is 13960. Let's see what this is. Make A3 equal to 6. Is that what I did? Yeah, so A3 is now equal to 6.
Round 1. Fight!
And that was our round 2 audio, right? So what I'm going to do one more time is I'm going to save state that. So I don't have to keep resetting and going back. My fault, my mistake. Sorry, guys.
Here we go.
I hope you guys can still hear it.
Smoke. Choose. That was pathetic.
Alright, so now if we change A3 to 7, I'm going to guess we're going to get the like the finish him fanfare for the subway.
Round 1. Fight!
Look at that!
Round 1. Fight!
Okay, and then if we go, what, A3 equals 8, we're going to get the round end fanfare.
Round 1. Fight!
So that's how these sounds are mapped. So this is entry 5, and then 4, nope, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 0 just completely kills everything, which this is like if you do a A3 equals 0, it just completely kills the sound. So let's go to 1389C and see what that is. Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of nothing. Like it basically just it points to nothing. There's no real data in there. What's funny about that is if you, in MK3, if you uppercut from the bank to the rooftop, you get the street music. There was a lack of code to call out that stage. But I know what you're talking about, Shock. I've heard it before. So basically, it's like I wonder about some of this stuff too, right? Like that's like what the heck is this up here? You know? I'll have to figure that out eventually. Like it's a sound header for something. I don't know what. Let's find out. Okay. So one. Okay. We need to change this to 138B5. We need to change this to 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 0. Now, I'm going to mute this so nobody's ears get crushed. Ah, hold on. I can't hear anything. Hang on. Got to turn my speakers up. Yeah, there's really nothing there. Okay. Okay. Now we're back to good. Curious as to what that could be. And it's going to be littered all over the place, and I'm not going to take the time to do that. Anyway, so yeah, all of your sound commands are going to be, you know, from 4048. So like 0 times 3 plus 4048. So here's that. Yeah, that's where it starts. And that 1389C is just no sound. So like like I said, if you run that at any point, it'll just completely shut the sound down. Hey, Kevin, you haven't missed much. It's like they have this one little 1458B. Like they have that just stuffed into there. 4138. Let's see. 50. Let's see what it is. Mute you guys again. So we don't have any rest in peace to the ears. Okay. Again, it didn't do much. There's nearly nothing there. So if we look at that, so if we there is something there. Maybe I just did it wrong. Let's see. Okay, so there is a bit of there's like an explosion or something. Listen. Yeah. Nice. I love that freeze frame of Shang. So yeah, there is a sound there. Just doing some hacking with the sound chips now, Joe. Yeah, smoke backfired. Ah. So anyway, I think the potential, really the only potential to get anything good moving on this is unfortunately to do some, I think Shock coined the phrase, some defrag. It's like this right here. Let's just get it all together. This is 5.8 kilobytes. And then we run into some more. That's not really much. This is not much. It's not quite a kilobyte. Here's 18. I just think that, like, hang on a second. And we're back. this? Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, there's so I mean basically any sound that has to be like so every like all the sound headers, every single sound header that runs through the master audio routine, all this stuff, whatever. All the sound headers are contained on U2. All of them, without question. They are all contained on U2. I can get rid of this. So I ended up not using that, I think. Yeah. And so, it says how long that the frames are, or how many frames are in each sound clip, but you can't ever tell for sure the size. Oops. You can't really tell for sure the size of the sound clip because the different sub bands and compression and all that crap doesn't. It doesn't tell the full story essentially. And I mean really, if we wanted to, I don't know if it'll work, okay? So, I mean we'll try it, okay? Um we will create let's just do it real quick to entertain me and to entertain you guys. Is for entertainment purposes only. Let's do this. Um, all right. A copy this, and we will throw this on the butt end of U5. Oops. Okay. And hmm, so let's go up. Move this over here. And no, it's not there. Here we go. So we're going to change this to um, 4. Okay. And then we're going to do a new hex file. Oops. Before I do that, we're going to do a new hex file. Go up here. I'm going to make that U6, aren't we? Yeah. Okay. Four. And 4. 4. Um, that should be right. Okay. All right. Going to save this as, yeah, there's no way this is going to work because it's not even going to know, but we'll try it. L 2.0. Wait a minute, hold on. Mortal Kombat 3, U5, music, speech, U6. Yeah, that's not going to work, but is what it is. And then Ultimate U2. Oh God. 13A01. Oh, sorry. 130A0. No, that's not right. That's the fight entry. 13000. That's the flawless. Okay, so we change this to 4130. Which is going to fetch it from there. Save it. Throw it into here. Throw U6 into there. It's not even going to know it exists, so it's not going to know what to do with it. So it's not going to do anything. But we'll give it a try. Again, watch your ears. I'm trying to willy-nilly add an extra sound chip. It doesn't know to look for it, so it's not going to work.
Wins. Flawless victory.
What?
Round 2. Fight.
No, 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 no.
Wins.
Oh, that's why. Okay. I did something wrong. 47F times 3 plus 4048 4DC5. Ah, okay. See, I missed those. Four. And I can actually
Flawless.
run that back. So we get the appropriate sound.
Wins.
Okay, so 47F, it's 4DC5. We need to get 4DC2. So 4DC2 minus 4048 divide by 3 and 47E. So A3 equals 47E.
Flawless victory.
Aye, okay. I'm obviously doing something terribly wrong. Have to be. Yeah, but you know what? I like it, Shock. It feels like it belongs. It's not going anywhere. I'm not changing it back to MK2. It is what it is. Alright, see ya, Conqueror. Because shock, it creates a whole lot more work than you realize. That's why. You have to throw in random number generators to see if which one it's going to land on. And then you have to build more sound headers. Which is honestly no. It doesn't need to be there. We're not going to throw MK. I got rid of the MK2 announcer's voice. I'm not putting it back. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to put it back because it needs to be consistent. And I'd rather have it consistent than both. Because the new characters, Sindel, Cabal, Cyrax, Sector, it's not going to sound right. I thought it sounded like complete butt on the PC version when you get the MK3 Sector and then you get the MK2 Winds. It sounded terrible. Alright, so let's save this. Conqueror, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you. So does it know what it's looking for here? That can't be right. I mean, it could be. Alright, let's save them both. Let's give her a shot. I can't figure out if I'm giving it the right data or not. That's the thing. Like if I'm feeding it the right data or if it's drawing old data out, I don't know. Oops.
Round one. Fight.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Here goes nothing. Watch your ears.
Kitana wins. Flawless victory.
Okay. Okay, so now this is what we do. We go to our DCS. We go to address 20,000.
Round.
And we just completely gross out this thing and see if we can make it sound different. Again, watch your ears.
Kitana wins.
Yeah, okay. So it's still reaching back for old data. Sorry about that. Okay, so why are you still reaching back? Alright, let's go to... Alright, so... 40000. Okay, so now we need to go do... We need to go to... There we go. It's got to go to there. So 413 times 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, DCS, it doesn't know to, it can't look past. So let's see. So that was that 8,000, 400,000, which is right there. See, it can't even look past it to see. It doesn't recognize it. It doesn't know it's there. So, yeah. And truthfully, it's probably just cycling back. If it sees that data there, it probably just assumes it's not there. So yeah. Anyway, no, none of that. So let's just undo all of our. Okay. So now if we save this, we throw this back. Just save that at 1148. Pop it back in there. Crank it back up. And just do a quick one here.
Here we go.
You will never win. Chitano, Scorpion. Round 1. Fight! Chitano wins. Flawless victory.
Okay. Alright, so we at least got that much done. Okay. Alright, so that is worthless and can go. Yeah, the game doesn't recognize U6 as being out there, so no more of that, don't worry. Okay, so how much did we say we needed? Good Lord, that's a lot of data. Okay. See, that's 10 kilobytes. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's at least copy this. Okay. Let's at least copy this. Let's find us 18 kilobytes of green space here. Drop her in. And we're going to note where we started that. BA20. Okay. So let's save this once again. And UMK3 plus back up. Oh, that ain't right. Oh, that ain't right either. There we go. All right. Figure this out real quick. Ah, thank you. Many different characters that I don't understand. You subscribed. Appreciate you. Now we're going to do the same thing here that we did before.
Here we go.
Gitano, choose your destiny. That was pathetic.
Okay. So you guys are muted, so we don't get Shao Kahn barf. There we go. 2D669C. Okay. Let's play that back. Let me unmute you guys here right quick. Where'd you go? No. Unmute. I'm going to crank the volume on you guys, so it's, just telling you. Alright.
Round one. Fight.
You hear that? Hear that again.
Round one. Fight.
Did you guys hear that? No, you definitely heard it. So let me run it back for you.
Round one. Fight.
Yes, that is exactly what you heard. Is it me or that was loud? I cranked the volume up. I don't know how loud it was to you guys, but I did that to make a point. I'll do it again here.
Round one. Fight.
All right, I'm going to mute you guys again because I want to try to get this put together a little better. And I don't want to destroy ears. There we go. All right. So now we unmute. And I apologize if this is loud or soft or whatever. But yeah, we do have.
Here we go. You will get a win, Scorpion. Round one. Fight.
So there you go. I don't know if you guys heard that. I trust that you did. But this is what I was looking for, guys. This is why I'm trying to map out all this free space. Okay. This is going to require another almost 14 kilobytes. Right, so what we're doing here, question marks, underscores, is trying to get the Deadpool music input. Problem is going to be condensing the space to do so. Correct, that's right, Fortuna, they do. Um, that's not entirely true. Like Pit 3, Motaro's Balcony, those use the same music. Um, and like the portal, both portals use the same music. For both round 1 and round 2. So now we need to find another almost 14 kilobytes of free space. 5.818. What other free space do we have in here? Not gonna need this tonight. Not gonna need that tonight. There's U3. Yeah, I mean U3, like, I mean it has stuff on it like right now. And it is not quite to the brim, but there is a fair amount of, there's not that much. There is 3.8 kilobytes there. So there's, really no extra space on U3. Is there anything on U4? Again, same thing, just kind of jumps right in. There's all sorts of data. Yeah, see, there's hardly any data left on U4. There's not even a kilobyte of space left on U4. I'm specifically looking for the Deadpool music CMM because I want to import the Deadpool. And there is 1.1 kilobytes left on U5. Yeah, I'm trying to import the Deadpool music because I want to import the Deadpool stage. That is the justification for more graphics, yes. It's like each sound entry, right, has basically five, like each sound effect has like five slots, if you will. Like, let me show you. So, Melina being selected, right? Melina's announcement reference. There's there's five of them. End of five Melina announcements. Yeah. So like if we look, I think it's this one, 1005A. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's not it. 1005A. No, that's not right. I wish I could. I gotta find it so I can show you. Is it that? Hold on. Pointer to frame header. So 740000. Is it there? Gosh, no. Oh gosh, no. Not even that. Ooh. Ugh. Nope. Shoot. Dang it. Melina name 8DF50. Okay, so 08DF50. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's what I was looking for. 8DF50. So you have five. There's basically there's 15 sound entries for Melina related announcements. Okay. There is Melina being chosen on the select screen. Okay. There is Melina wins, which is the win announcement, and Melina shows mercy. So five of each. Melina wins, Melina shows mercy. Here's the 15 entries for her. So it says Melina wins, Melina shows mercy. So there's going to be five possible. Now it's different because of the way the sounds are prioritized when they come through the master audio routine. That's why there's five entries for those there. Okay. The audio tracks are a little bit of a different story. The audio tracks are going to be static because they're always going to be prioritized first because they always play at the beginning of the round. But that's how that's a little bit of how those sound headers work. So let's see. That's why you see some repetitive stuff in here. So anyway, yeah, and unfortunately I do not know any of this data up here. Like I'll research it more. But then MAME also has to recognize it, and the machine has to recognize it. So anyway, but yeah, so like you get like tidbits of free data, and then a bunch of sound headers. So let's see, 5.1 DC. Um, 5 DC. So A3 equals 5 DC. We're going to get some kind of sound effect here.
Round one. Fight.
Or not. Let's try it again. A3 equals 5 DC. Alright, so that was a Shiva grunt. That's a good question, CMM, because I haven't explored that yet. So remember, we do have quite a bit of space left on what was imported originally. Like the extra banks, the extra graphics banks, we have quite a bit. So that's nothing to worry about. So yeah, essentially some like defragging would have to be done. It's like you have these itty bitty bits of like you have these sound headers here. Like a sound header is what 18 bytes I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, so a sound header is 18. So there's one sound header. There's two sound headers. 3, 4, 5. So, for instance, so 5, 7, B8. 5, 7, B8. That's not right. I don't want to do that. 5, 7, B8 minus 40, 48 divided by 3. 7D0. Okay, 7D0. Okay. I can bet you that, so 5812, 5812. Actually, let me do that again.
Yeah.
7EE. Okay. Let's go up another 90. Okay, so that's the 5 for a female jumping. And then there's going to be exactly not 60. Okay. 60 there. I'm curious as to what that is. 5, 586C. ADC. Ah! See that? There's some female grunts for you. And there's more of it here. So anyway, so what was the first one? 5 8 57B8. Sorry. Okay, 57B8 minus 4048 divided by 3. 7D0. Okay? So now, if we go over here and we search for 07D0. Alright. See if I can. Yeah, here it is. So right here, okay, so 6A3A. So let's just jump out to that, okay? Let's just jump out to 6A3A. AE3A. 07D0. Alright. So let's clear that. Let's drop the breakpoint. And let's change this to the sound below it, 0FA. See that? So that's the sound command that's passing through. Okay, so that's how the sound commands are passed through and how the DCS chips deal with them. Yeah, Scorpion with Nightwolf sound. That's because they didn't have enough space. They had to consolidate some sounds. So that is that in a nutshell. So what it boils down to, right, is if we are going to do a defrag, so to speak, this spot here would have this value here, this 7D0, would have to also be changed here. Okay? So what sounds were put on U2 from MK3 to UMK3? Okay, obviously Scorpion, Melina, Ermac, Reptile, Jade, right? As well as the MK2 announcer voice, which I'm not sure why they did that, because Melina has the MK3 announcer voice, so I don't understand why they did that. Really doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but again, it is what it is. Some of the sound effects from their special moves. Not the spear, because the spear was already there from Robot Smoke. Come here and get over here. That was on there. That had to be put on. and what was sacrificed, from what I can tell, is the flawless victory tone and the beginning intro with Raiden. Which that makes sense that they would remove that simply on account of the fact that it would make sense that they would get rid. They would make sense that they would get rid of Raiden, like that music right there. That would make perfect sense for them to get rid of it. All right, so all right, let's get back to SU2. That is MK2 sound. Okay. So yeah, let's go between these and just see potentially how much free sound space we have. I mean, this right here is that's 2.8 kilobytes, which I mean, quite frankly, is the word I'm looking for. It's insignificant. All right. And we can theoretically put some stuff up here. But that's, again, like this is important code. Yeah, that's all important code. I have to research more into what all that mess is. Theoretically, see that's also insignificant. Like you could use that for headers, but not for actual sound. Okay, so like we'll start right here. We'll call that 1 kilobyte, approximately. .2 kilobyte. I hate this. That's insignificant. Call that 2.3. That's okay, so 0.3, that's basically insignificant, but what comes after it is not. So that is what, 2.3. Look at this. It's like I don't know why they decided to do it like that. Again, that's not significant. That's not significant. But what comes after it is. Like I don't understand why they decided to do it like this. It makes no sense, and it makes me more upset than anything. Again, that's really not significant. That is 1.2 kilobyte. Again, not really significant, but it is what it is. Like, what the heck? There's two little spots here. I'm just going to call that free space. .7. And then this was, what was this? That's 5.8. So we're kind of nickel and diming it. There's 5.8 there. Is there anything? What was this? That is not a kilobyte. That's not even a kilobyte. There's 5.8. 18 kilobytes. And this is Flawless Victory right here. I should mark that, shouldn't I? That's the Flawless Victory frame header. And then we got some more space here. It's not really significant, but well, it's 2.1. Ooh, 2.1. Oh boy. Sorry. And that is 1.2. What is this crap? Molina announcement references. Okay, and then here we're starting to get into like hard actual data. This is probably what was left over from 1.2. Timeout ticker. Yeah, see all that up there? Those are all sound headers, and then once you get down to here, that's right here is the amount of frames, and then that is the frame header for something. So 22962. See, corresponds right there. And then from here on out, you have actual sound data for the rest of the way here. And I don't think you're going to find this is all probably going to be identical. What is this? MK. See that can all be removed because that will no longer be used. That is, it's 90 frames long, and it is 1.9 kilobytes. That's it. Yeah. That could, I mean, again, that's useless because it's got sounds before and it's got sounds after it. It would be very difficult to point out sounds that, don't get used anymore or that never did get used. That would be quite the undertaking. So this is a lot of data on here. And then right at the bottom, I suppose you could start, doing like moving actual sound data too, but then that stuff starts to get real scientific. And you got 2.8 kilobytes free down there. But like, what's really gonna, I mean, really, for actual sound data availability, you've got what, one, two, 4.5, 10, 11, 14, 20, 38, maybe. If we can relocate the flawless victory, we might be able to pull another 4 or 5 kilobytes out of it. But I don't know. It might actually be futile now. I'm not sure. Because there's just not enough. Even with like massive defragging, there may not be enough. I'll probably have to research into the potential of I don't know, maybe using some more, maybe using another sound chip. I don't know. I don't know if that would be worth it, or if or what we would do with that. The other thing, I could always import. I could always import the Deadpool and just use MK3 soundtracks, and that could always be done. Wouldn't be the best way, like wouldn't be the coolest thing in the world, but it would be possible. And I don't know. So I was hoping to find more free space across the sound chips, but it just doesn't seem like there's enough. At least not enough in the same space. So, but maybe I'll try to figure something out over the next few weeks. Throw another sound chip in there, maybe. See if it allows it. See if it allows it to find it. I don't know. to check some. Uh-oh, it didn't like that, did it? There we go.
That was fun.
See, I mean, there is room for 6, 7, 8, 9. That was fun. Well, that's as far as it's going to take me, huh? Alright, I pushed a button, darn it. There it goes. It's possible. I'm not sure. Alright, well, anyway. I'm going to run up the ladder and call it a night.
Here we go.
With Ermac.
Ermac, choose your destiny. It's official. You suck.
Nah, you're not wrong.
Round 1. Fight. Wins. Round 2. Fight. Well done. Well done. Finish him. Ermac wins. Round 1. Fight. Well done. Ermac wins. Round 2. Fight. Superb.
Getting the Liu Kang sounds in there.
Finisher. Ermac wins. Round Fight.
Here he is. Filthy. Oops.
Ermac wins.
Hey, see you, Mariano.
Round 2. Fight. Well done. Finish him. Ermac wins. Round 1. Fight. Ermac wins. Round 2. Fight.
Oh. Oh.
Superb. Round 3. Fight. Finish him. Ermac wins. Round 1. Fight. Superb. Ermac wins. Round 2. Fight. Finisher.
Ring that bell.
Ermac wins. Fatality.
Boss booty.
Round 1. Fight.
Filthy.
Superb. Ermac wins.
Yeah, the stage is pretty nice.
Round 2. Fight.
Bye. See you, Jax. Now let's see if I can hang out, make this hang out for long enough. Okay. Check this out. Jax ain't gone. Okay. He ain't gone. Tommy, you jerk. That's okay. Okay. It has to be in 2v2 because the timer is slow enough in 2v2. But Jax would have eventually fallen back down to earth. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, she beat me. Alright, that's fine. We'll finish like this. This works on the male ninjas. Jax, maybe Kano? Good lord. Now, pay attention to the ending. Tournament outcome, that is. Oops. Give him the old nut shot. Actually, looked more like I got him in the grundle, but that'll do. Gave him great grief in his underneath. Alright, tournament outcome. Told you guys there were two endings for Human Smoke. I hate this ending, but it actually kind of makes sense considering. That's his trilogy ending that they retconned, but now both endings are available. You just gotta know how to get it.
Well done.
Hey, thank you, I appreciate that, Xiao. Glad somebody thinks so. That makes, between you and me, Uncle Xiao, that makes one of us. Alright, anyway. That is going to do it for tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out as always. Wish we could have had a little more luck on the sound stuff. I mean, we know that we can import. We know that the possibilities out there. It's just a matter of, do we want to do another chip? What do we want to do? How do we want to do it? Can we do it? Does it make sense to do it? Is it worth it to do it? All those things. So anyway, but thanks for hanging out. Remember, Saturday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, is the MK1 tournament. I believe we are up to 12 combatants now. I think we have 12, yeah. So, still got slots for 4 more. So, if you want to play, it's challenge.com/CKKOMK1. Uh, there's a link in the description, or there's a download link at the challenge page, and there's some rules and requirements on the challenge page as well. If you meet those and you want to play, you're more than welcome to. So, alright guys, thanks again for hanging out. You guys are the best, and I will catch you next time.